Sometimes I still hear your voice. It's telling me you'll catch my fall. So how do I feel the...
Yes, make it look like that she never even existed. I will do the same with every person who will try to come in the middle of my sister's happiness. He ended the call and then the door opened, revealing his secretary. Boss, your car is ready. Daniel nodded and walked out of his office, followed by his secretary. We have got a lot of guidance and new ideas from Ms. Kang Wayan as well. As a team leader, she had drawn good attention of employees who work under her, and this project seems to be finished before expected. Everyone started clapping for you, while you forced a mild smile, couldn't even celebrate your success because you could feel Jungkook's heavy gaze on you. It was really hard to be in the same room with him and not getting panicked. Whenever you see him, you just can't shake off those broken memories. Every hard work of every single employee in John Holdings recognized. Thanks to everyone, and now let's dismiss the meeting. Everyone got up and started leaving one by one. Now it was only you and Jungkook who left in the meeting room. Jungkook, he was about to leave but stopped hearing your voice. You came near him. I know my presence hurts you, and that's why I have decided to resign. Jungkook's hands clenched. But before that, I want to know, why didn't you just care to confront me? I have never cheated on you, nor I have liked any other man after you. I'm not telling you to come back to me again because I know that's not possible now. You already gave your heart to someone else. You said, looking at the ring in his finger while he tried to hide it. You again looked straight in his eyes. You just left me without caring what would I do afterwards. You have moved on, but I'm still living in the past, getting punished for something I never did. I just want you to believe me. The position I'm in today is all because of you. You think I'm happy? You think I'm not getting punished? You think I will ever forget what you did to me? I never did anything, Jungkook. Why can't you believe me? Stop blaming for the misunderstanding that you created by yourself. You were on the verge of breakdown and barely holding back yourself. And the proof is that I'm still in that same position, and you already started your life. You left me like a coward because if you truly loved me, you would confront me, ask me to prove my love. But no, you decided to run like a coward. And that's what you are, a coward. A tear left from your eyes, but without caring, you walked away from the room while Jungkook's heart dropped. His feet trembled and he grabbed the edge of the table to balance himself. His secretary knocked and came inside. Sir, Mr. Daniel is waiting for you in your office. Jungkook looked at him, his condition looked bad. Jungkook nodded, gathering himself. Sir, are you okay? Yes, I'm coming. He nodded and closed the door before leaving while Jungkook calmed himself. Jungkook came in his office and saw his soon-to-be brother-in-law waiting for him. He walked inside and closed the door. Hello, brother. How are you, Jungkook? Jungkook nodded before coming near his desk and slid on his face. I'm good. What brought you here today? I just came here to meet the fiancé of my sister. Last night she was not looking well. Did something happen between you guys? I mean, I'm not trying to come in the middle of you guys. Like, you are a couple and things like this happens, but you know I can't see my sister sad. Jungkook was trying to control his anger. He always feels like a puppet of his hands. Agreeing to marry Maya was never his personal choice, and yet he had to leave his self-respect just because of his parents. I was not in good mood. I'm sorry for that. Daniel chuckled slightly. I understand that you have work pressure. But you should not forget that she is your soon to be wife and you should love her more than anything. If there's something else going on inside your mind, erase it, or else I have to do that. Jungkook frowned. He didn't able to understand the meaning behind his words. What do you mean by that? Daniel smiled and caught up before patting his shoulder. You don't have to know or worry about that. Just make sure you don't break my sister's heart again. She loves you and I love her. I cannot see tears in her eyes, so you better take care of her. Goodbye. He left from there while Jungkook clenched his hands. After coming out from Jungkook's office, Daniel was going outside when his eyes fell on you, who was coming from the other side. His steps slowed down. You walked there but stopped when your way got blocked by Daniel. You raised your brow seeing this unknown man blocking your way. He was smiling like a psycho while looking at you. Excuse me? Your voice brought him back in reality. Jungkook came out from his office when he saw all that happening in front of his eyes. You should be a model instead, Miss Beautiful. You frowned. Excuse me? Stay in your limits. His secretary was about to say something, but Daniel stopped him and looked at you with amazement. Seems like you are unaware about a lot of things, but I like your attitude. You have something that is very special and different from other girls. Finding him a kind of psychopath, you decided to ignore him and walk away, but he blocked your way again, and this time Jungkook was unable to hold himself. Leave my way. Daniel raised his brow with a playful smirk. I like your attitude. Wyan, what are you doing here? I told you to get me the file. You both turned towards him while he came near and looked at Daniel. I'm sorry, brother, but this is my working hours. Let's catch up another time. Daniel tried to control his anger while Jungkook's jaws were clenched. You could see the tension on his face. Before anyone can say anything, Maya came there. She was confused and surprised to see her brother, Jungkook, and you all together. Oppa? Jungkook? You looked at her while she came near her brother and Jungkook. What a surprise. Did you guys meet like this without my knowledge? She interlocked her arms with Jungkook's, making her heart clench. Jungkook looked at you and he wasn't liking giving you this pain. Daniel smiled at his sister. We were just talking about your marriage. Let's get it done this upcoming month. Your heart dropped while Jungkook looked him shocked, but Maya jumped in excitement while clinging to Jungkook's arm. Oh my god, really, Oppa? He smiled and nodded. Maya looked at Jungkook. Love, aren't you happy? You walked away from there, couldn't see all that anymore. Jungkook's attention was only towards you at this point, and Daniel could observe that. Jungkook, aren't you happy? Jungkook looked at Daniel. You cannot decide the marriage. I'll do it whenever I feel like it's the time. And who told you that you can do that? It's been 6 months you are engaged. You don't have time now, and this is my decision. He left from there while Jungkook clenched his hands. Why are you denying it, love? Don't you wanna get married to me soon? Jungkook looked at her for some seconds and then removed her hand before walking away, leaving her in doubt. You came into his office and burst into tears. Covering your mouth, you were trying to suppress your sobs. Your heart completely broke down. At this point, you knew that now you don't have any right to him. He is not the guy you loved. Jungkook came into the office and saw you in that state. His heart cried, Wyan. You wiped your tears and straightened up before turning towards him. Congratulations, Mr. Jungkook. I hope you live a happy life. I know that I'm not supposed to leave my job before 6 months according to the agreement, but I'm sorry. Because of some personal reasons, I'm resigning. Wyan, listen to me. Let me explain. He tried to come near you but stopped when you stepped back. You don't need to explain anything. It was my fault and I accepted it. I don't want to come in between you and your soon to be wife. Why, there's nothing like that. Let me explain. You smiled while tears falling from your eyes. The pain was visible in your smile that broke Jungkook's heart. He knew he never moved on from you. He went far away, but only in distance. But you were always there in his heart. No explanation can change the fact that now we can't be like before. I hope now you'll find your true happiness. You left from there. Ryan, no, please listen. Maya stopped when she saw you coming out of Jungkook's office. She got scared when she saw you leaving in tears and then Jungkook came out. Ryan stopped. Her heart dropped and she walked towards Jungkook who was seeing nothing except you. Ryan, listen. Jungkook, wait. Why are you going behind her? She grabbed Jungkook's hand but he walked away without even noticing her. Even the ring came out in Maya's hands when she grabbed his hand and she knew she lost him. Jungkook walked away following you while she grabbed the door to balance herself. She saw the ring in her hand. No, no, he is mine. Jungkook, you are mine and I won't let anyone separate you from me. Never. Ryan, listen to me. Before he reached there, you stopped a taxi and left from there. Jungkook shook his head. No, this time I won't let this happen. He rushed towards his car and sat inside it before following your taxi. You came out of the taxi and wiped your tears. Today you ended everything that you were holding back from 5 years. You decided to let him go, his feelings, his love, everything because now you know that he can never be yours. As you were walking towards your apartment, 2 men came in front of you who looked like bodyguards. They stopped you and you got scared. Step aside. Why are you blocking my way? Without saying a word, he grabbed your arm and started dragging you towards the car. Hey, leave me. Leave my hands. You started struggling to free yourself. From today onwards, no one will know that someone like you exists in this world. This happens when you become target of our boss. Leave me. You started shouting for help and throwing your legs and hands, but it was of no use. Jungkook stopped his car and he quickly came out when he saw those men forcefully shoving you inside the car. Hey! He ran to them and punched both of them men. How did Jungkook came there, huh? You two didn't able to do such a small work. He got up angrily and burst on the bodyguards. Boss, don't know how did he came there. We were about to kidnap her, but he saved her at the last moment. Daniel's face was shaking in anger. His veins popped out in anger. I won't let that girl ruin my sister's house. And Jungkook, he needs to get a lesson too. Sure, but before that, let's talk about what we can do with you. Everyone turned their faces towards the door only to see Jungkook standing. He was so angry and came near Daniel before looking straight in his eyes. So what would you like to say about all that, huh? Why did you send your men to kidnap Ryan? Answer me. Lower down your voice. Don't forget where you are standing. Whatever you are today, that's because of me, so don't forget your place. Yes, whatever I am today is just because of you. In fact, I'm handling your psycho sister just because I'm buried under your favors. Jungkook, I will kill you if you say a word about my sister, he said, grabbing his collars tightly. Just because she loves you, I'm handling you, or else I would have ended you a long ago. Then do it. End me because I don't love your sister. That time you took advantage of my helplessness. You separated me from Ryan by playing that dirty game and created misunderstandings. Daniel's eyes widened. Don't get surprised. It's not a big thing that I came across the truth. I'm just ashamed of myself that it took me 5 years to find out the truth and I was blaming Ryan. I couldn't protect her from someone like you and left her like a coward, but not anymore. I'm ending everything and I don't care about my downfall. He was about to take off his ring, but it wasn't in his finger. Jungkook chuckled and showed him his finger. Seems like it already ended. Take care of your sister. Goodbye. Jungkook turned to leave when he saw Maya. Her eyes were filled with tears and Daniel was shocked to see her. Maya? Jungkook walked near her. I'm sorry, Maya, but I never loved you and never will. You know that, and it's better to accept. No, Jungkook. Jungkook, please. You can't leave me. I'm so sorry for everything. I did that because I loved you, Jungkook. Please, Jungkook, don't leave me. She grabbed his arms, but he removed her hands. But I can never love you, especially after what you and your brother did to trap me. He walked away while Maya left crying. No, please, Jungkook, please come back. Oppa, stop him. He's going away from me. Please do something, Oppa. Daniel clenched his hands. He decided to not leave anyone who is the reason behind his sister's condition. He came near her and hugged. Oppa, stop him, please. I love him so much. He's going back to that Ryan. Please stop him. Stop crying, Maya. If he can't be yours, I will not leave him alive. Jungkook came inside the room. He left you in a hotel because it wasn't safe for you to go to your house at this moment because you live alone and they can harm you. You turned to look at him and came near him. Where did you go, Jungkook? Who were those men and are you okay? Suddenly you paused, remembering that he might not even like those questions, but Jungkook's eyes were teary. Is everything okay? He came near you and without saying a word, he hugged you and burst into silent cries. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm so sorry. Your heart dropped seeing him breaking down in your arms. Jungkook, a whisper left from your mouth. You were right. I am a coward. Without facing the situation, I ran away. I left you without trying to find out the truth. I just believed in what I saw and let the misunderstandings grow inside me. I'm so sorry. Jungkook, he pulled back and looked at his face, which was wet with tears. But believe me, I never stopped loving you. I tried to move on, but it never happened. Maya, it was my compulsion to say yes to marry her because of my parents. But now I fear no one. I want us to get back together, Ryan. Your heart cried. You tried to control your tears. Who am I to accept you, Jungkook? I have a hand in all this somewhere because if only I tell you everything, maybe these misunderstandings will never come between us. He shook his head. Let's forget all that. Let's get back together and live the way we always dreamt of. We don't have to fear anyone. But what about our engagement? Your wedding? Jungkook showed you his empty finger. I ended everything. I never loved any other woman except you, nor I will ever. I only love you, Ryan. Believe me. Jungkook's eyes frowned when you smiled and stepped back. Your expressions were unreadable and an unknown fear arose inside him. Forget it? Really? The pain, the heartbreak, and the longing I felt for 5 years? Do you think I can forget that in just 5 minutes? Ryan, he tried to come near you, but you showed him your hand, signing him to stop. Things have gotten worse more than we thought. By all this, it is clear that we never had a trust in our relationship. We stayed together for 2 years, but it didn't even take 2 months for misunderstandings to separate us. Do you know what that means? It means we never had trust between us. He shook his head. Ryan, that's not true. It was Maya and her brother's plan. I'm sorry that I didn't confronted you. I was just scared that you leave me. You chuckled. So that's why you left me, thinking it would give you less pain than I leave you, right? He looked down, tears falling from his eyes. It is enough to know that our love was never strong enough to hold us back. Thanks for saving me today, Jungkook. But now you don't have to worry about. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Jungkook grabbed her hand. Ryan, please, please don't leave. I'm ready for every punishment. Please, let's start over. You removed his hand and looked in his eyes, even though your heart was crying thinking about leaving him, but you can't forget all that pain. Why would I want to punish you? I was at fault too. I hid things and made you look like I would leave you for another guy. He shook his head. I'm sorry, it was my fault. Please don't leave me. It's too late, Jungkook. I don't feel the same anymore. It's better if we find our ways and live happily. Maybe that's what's written in our destiny. We were meant to meet each other but never to end up together. You opened the door and left, trying your best not to break down. Ryan, no, I love you. He rushed to the door, but you didn't even look back and disappeared. Jungkook dropped on his knees. He knew that it's the end.